Charlie's Diner operated on the same Plantation Street address starting in the late 1950s, when Charlie Turner quit a job driving trucks to begin a new career in front of a grill. He passed the business down to his son, Charlie Jr., who passed it down to his son, Steve. Then, back in 2003, this landmark Worcester diner got kicked off its location by a greedy landlord. We stopped in to visit for the first time in 3 years, during a surprisingly busy Monday morning breakfast tray. And happily, we found that about the only thing that's changed at Charlie's Diner is the view out the window. Actually, you will find one significant change of the operation. The new construction includes this beautiful new kitchen. And there's the man himself, Charlie Turner. So Charlie, what do you think of the new kitchen?
Awesome.
You will now find Charlie's Diner with its new and improved kitchen and a slightly expanded dining area open for business in its new location on Route 31 in Spencer, Massachusetts. But we came out here for a talk with Steve as well as the classic egg and ham breakfast. Never short on opinions, we knew that Steve would have plenty to say about his 3 years closed and his plans for the future. Well, Steve, how does it feel to be back?
Feels great. Happy to be in Spencer. It's a great town to be in. People are helpful.
What changes, if any, are you brought to Charlie's now that you're in Spencer?
Basically, we kept the old menu. We added to it. We've added more towards the hours to accommodate for the people that work in the area. And we open at 5, unlike 6 in Worcester. We're open a little later, and we're going to be adding evening hours soon.
So I saw your mom's back in the kitchen. Is she going to be more of a regular fixture here again?
A little bit here in the beginning. Family's just kind of like helping us get going. We're a little hectic at first.
Right.
We're a little busier than we anticipated here.
Right.
And right now we're trying to catch back up, I should say, and go from there.
Okay. So you've been on this diner moved to this location, what, almost 2 years? As soon as you pick up a structure like a small diner and move it, it's considered new construction when you try to set it back down. In Steve's case, this meant his doorways wouldn't meet code, so he sought help from the Mass Historical Commission.
Actually, we had to go through the Mass Historical because we needed to get a letter from the Mass Historical for the building inspector in town so he would grant us protection in Chapter 34 of the Code Book.
From the day he received his eviction notice on Plantation Street to the day Steve reopened the diner in the new location, he's kept uncharacteristically quiet about how the city of Worcester was dealing with his situation. Not anymore.
I really see the city of Worcester as a small business, a place to help out small business. They'll seem like they'll bend over backwards for the big business, but they don't realize that small business has always been the backbone to the community. So, I mean, that's Worcester's fault, not my fault. I probably would never want to do business with the city of Worcester again. I think the diner's going to revitalize downtown Worcester, but I think that was a great idea on their part. That's probably why I'm not there. Somebody else's, if they were going to stick the money into it, I'm sure they wouldn't put a place of their own there. So, I mean, that's what I think, that if somebody's putting the money up, like I was, you have to be comfortable about where you're going. And I don't think the city of Worcester really sees that.
Now, you're how many miles from the old location? The distance from the original location on Plantation Street to the new location in Spencer measures out at about 15 miles. I wondered if any of the old regulars had found their way back to the diner.
We actually get a lot of regulars in here, believe it or not. And regulars that actually live in this area that would come into Charlie's because they work in Worcester, live out here. Now a lot of them are retired. I get a lot of the regulars on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, and it's great seeing the regulars. So
Charlie's back, right?
Pop's back. He's happy to be back. He's like a kid at Christmas. Very happy. He runs around like he's ready to open up some presents, especially the first night before we open.
So is there ever any point when you just were almost ready to give up, where you didn't think it was going to happen?
It was tough. There was a couple of points where here and there I would have liked to have said, well, let's just continue contracting. It's a little easier life, a little less stressful.
Right, so you were what, building houses before?
Doing additions, garages.
Steve didn't exactly sit on his thumbs while the diner lay dormant. He became a contractor, building additions, garages, and the like. You can see some of his handiwork in the diner's new addition. And your sister Chrissy, she's coming back too?
She's coming back also. She'll be working nights. She's going to expand into the evening hours.
Evening hours at Charlie's? Now there's a positive development. Most of the time when small diners such as Charlie's close and are forced to move, the odds do not favor it ever reopening. Thankfully, there are some exceptions.